Patriarchy won once they were able to successfully brand competence as a masculine trait in women. And this is one of the biggest reasons for arrested development in women. When women are taught confidence, the part about competence is always left out. Whenever one is trying to empower a woman through confidence, it's usually only through beauty and looks. And those are important aspects to build confidence in a woman. But the biggest piece, the biggest missing piece is the part about testing her competence. When a woman successfully understands that she is competent, she can be her own source, that is where her power begins, and that is where she begins to become a full-grown woman on a mental level and not just a physical level. When a woman understands that she is competent, she no longer has to look to external things to get her needs met. She no longer has to outsource her power. And that is why it is in society's best interest to infantilize women and keep her in a place of not trusting herself. Somebody left a comment under one of my other videos talking about how an ambitious woman has to avoid arrested development. And the content had mentioned how women who are sugar babies or women who depend on men financially often tend to stay in a developmentally arrested state. And I bring that up because that is a segue to a bigger picture that I want to share. Again, society profits off of women infantilizing herself. Society profits off of a woman not understanding her competence. And the biggest way that women outsource their competence is by outsourcing it to men. They wait for men to be their source. They wait for men to get their needs met. And when you are waiting for, again, something external, whether it's a man or something else outside of you, you will always infantilize yourself because you haven't proved to yourself that you are capable on your own. You have to cut out the middleman. The reason why men have an easier time operating in the world is because they have always been socialized to strengthen and understand their competence. They have no other choice but to be that way. Women are the ones who get to coast through life without being able to fully sharpen their competence, leaving them again in a state of arrested development. But at the end of the day, if you are a woman that actually wants to grow, if you're a woman who is ambitious, if you're a woman that actually wants to make moves in the world, that will be to your detriment. You have to develop that within yourself. You have to fill in that missing gap. Again, your confidence as a woman will always be half-baked. It will always be shallow. It will always be somewhat empty if you don't include sharpening your competence by challenging yourself, doing things that scare you, etc. If you do not develop that part within yourself, you will never be a full-fledged woman. And you will never be able to really hone your potential and fully actualize your ambition or just actualize your potential in general and reach levels of success that you desire. And it's not just about blaming society. You too, as a woman, have to get out of feeling comfortable infantilizing yourself because at the end of the day, women do benefit from that. It is easier to wait for someone else to get your needs met. It is easier to outsource your power to something outside of you. But is it benefiting you, though? Is it going to benefit you in the long run? And again, especially if you are a woman who's ambitious, it will get to a point where that is hindering you from getting to the places that you want to go. Because if you are a woman that wants to actualize your ambition, it gets to a point where, I've said this before, you no longer can be in that infantilized state. You will be in your own way of your success. Ultimately, becoming a woman who actualizes her ambition and her potential, it's about going against the grain and choosing your own personal growth and success despite society's opposition.